Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world with me, Deepika, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Modi announces key initiatives for Fiji in medical and defence sectors, stresses on India's unequivocal support for the Global South. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to unveil 5,400 crore rupees development projects in Gujarat to flag off Suzuki's first global battery electric vehicle e-Vitara for export to over 100 countries. South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung set to meet Donald Trump. Trade, tariff and defense cooperation high on agenda. Trees down, homes flooded as Typhoon Kajiki batters Vietnam. Good evening to all the viewers. Let's begin with the latest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met his Fijian counterpart Siteveni Rabuka at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. The two leaders held wide-ranging and productive talks at the Hyderabad House. Discussions covered strengthening India-Fiji ties in defence, trade, healthcare, agriculture, mobility, people-to-people ties and advancing a shared vision for a resilient and prosperous Indo-Pacific. Later, the two leaders addressed a joint press meet where Prime Minister Modi said that with this visit of Prime Minister Rabuka and the two countries are adding a new chapter in the relations. He added that two countries have decided to strengthen mutual cooperation in the defence and security sector, for which an action plan has been prepared.
हम मानते हैं कि एक स्वस्थ राष्ट्र ही समृद्ध राष्ट्र हो सकता है। इसलिए हमने तय किया कि सुवा में 100 बेड सुपर स्पेशलिटी अस्पताल बनाया जाएगा। डायलिसिस यूनिट्स और सी एम्बुलेंस भेजी जाएगी और जन औषधि केंद्र खोले जाएंगे, जिससे सस्ती और उत्तम क्वालिटी की दवा हर घर तक पहुंचेगी। हम चाहते हैं कि सपनों की दौड़ में किसी के कदम रुके नहीं, इसलिए फिजी में जयपुर फूड कैंप भी लगाया जाएगा। कृषि के क्षेत्र में भारत से गए काउपी यानी लोबिया सीड्स फिजी की मिट्टी में बहुत ही अच्छी तरह अंकुरित हो रहे हैं। भारत अब 12 एग्री ड्रोन और 2 मोबाइल सॉइल टेस्टिंग लैब भी भेंट करेगा।
Asserting that a healthy nation can only be a prosperous nation, Prime Minister Modi said that the two sides have taken many important decisions in this regard, including ensuring affordable and high-quality medicines in all Fijian households.
हमने रक्षा और सुरक्षा क्षेत्र में आपसी सहयोग को मजबूत करने का निर्णय लिया है। इसके लिए एक एक्शन प्लान तैयार किया गया है। फिजी की मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी को सशक्त करने के लिए भारत से ट्रेनिंग और इक्विपमेंट में सहयोग दिया जाएगा। साइबर सिक्योरिटी और डेटा प्रोटेक्शन के क्षेत्रों में हम अपने अनुभव साझा करने के लिए तैयार हैं। हम एकमत है कि आतंकवाद पूरी मानवता के लिए बहुत बड़ी चुनौती है। आतंकवाद के खिलाफ हमारी लड़ाई में सहयोग और समर्थन के लिए हम प्रधानमंत्री रंबुका और फिजी सरकार का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also talked about Fijian Prime Minister's framing of the Pacific as an ocean of peace, symbolizing the region's long-standing regional unity, non-alignment and security.
पैसिफिक आइलैंड देशों से सहयोग में हम फिजी को एक हब के रूप में देखते हैं। हम दोनों फ्री, ओपन, इंक्लूसिव, सुरक्षित और समृद्ध इंडो पैसिफिक का समर्थन करते हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जी की ओशंस ऑफ पीस एक बहुत ही सकारात्मक सोच है। भारत के इंडो पैसिफिक ओशन इनिशिएटिव से जुड़ने के लिए हम फिजी का स्वागत करते हैं। इंडिया एंड फिजी may be oceans apart, but our aspirations sail in the same boat.
Fijian Prime Minister, on his part, lauded the role of the Indian community in his country, saying they continue to contribute to Fiji's economy and stability. The visiting dignitary also highlighted how several key initiatives taken by Prime Minister Modi resulted in the eradication of poverty, saying Fiji wishes to follow the suit.
We have the same objective for people. Surprised that many people were surprised when I announced that I would like to do what Prime Minister Modi has done in India, and that is eradicate poverty, particularly in the rural and our maritime areas. And first of all, it has to be eradicated from the minds of the people who have believed for so long that they are poor. They do not have to believe, and they can get out of it. First of all, they have to believe they are not poor. And the recent development, very little things perhaps from your scale of cowpeas being introduced to Fiji. It might be a very small thing for a great nation like India, but for us, it is great. A lot of common rural areas and peri-urban people will be able to participate in the economy, just planting these. I believe it's growing very well in Fiji. We have the same latitude, same climate, so whatever grows well here will grow well in Fiji, and we look forward to continuing the great cooperation we have.
While India and Fiji have deepened their partnership with the signing of 9 MOUs following delegation-level talks. At a media briefing, MEA Secretary South Neena Malhotra said the agreements span key sectors including healthcare, capacity building, mobility, standardization, ICT and business cooperation.
The two leaders also witnessed the exchange of 9 bilateral documents or MOUs. These are construction, commissioning, operation and maintenance of a super specialty hospital in Fiji, an agreement on supply of medicines under our Jan Aushadhi scheme, an MOU on cooperation in standardization between Bureau of Indian Standards and Department of National Measurement and Standards, which is the counterpart body of BIS in Fiji. Another MOU was on the cooperation in the field of human capacity, skilling and upskilling between National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology of India and Pacific Polytechnic of Fiji, on Indian grant assistance for implementation of quick impact projects. A declaration of intent on migration and mobility was also exchanged, and the Fijian side handed over lease deed of Indian Chancery Building in Suva to our High Commissioner. I may mention the other 2 MOUs that were concluded on the sidelines. One was between Confederation of Indian Industry or CII and Fiji Commerce and Employment Federation, FCEF. The second one was between National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, and Fiji Development Bank.
India and Fiji have taken their partnership to a new high with a host of announcements alongside the signing of MOUs. Now, these include a visit by Fiji's Parliamentary and Great Council of Chiefs delegation to India in 2026 and a port call by an Indian naval ship to Fiji in 2025. India will also establish a defence attaché post at its High Commission in Suva and gift ambulances to the Royal Fiji Military Forces as well.
The announcements made included 1, a visit of parliamentary delegation and of Great Council of Chiefs from Fiji to India in 2026, a port call by an Indian naval ship to Fiji in 2025, creation of the post of Defence Attaché in High Commission of India, Fiji, gifting of 2 ambulances to Royal Fiji Military Forces, establishment of a cybersecurity training cell in Fiji. Fiji has announced joining the Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative of India. We also announced supply of mobile soil testing laboratories to Ministry of Sugar Industry and Multi-Ethnic Affairs of Fiji. Supply of agriculture drones to Sugar Research Institute of Fiji under the Ministry of Sugar Industry and Multi-Ethnic Affairs. Deputation of a Hindi cum Sanskrit teacher, actually associate professor to University of Fiji. Deputation of a cricket coach from India for Cricket Fiji, which is their organization. We have also announced deputation of an ITech expert to Fiji Sugar Corporation and special ITech training for sugar industry staff of Fiji.
The visiting dignitary earlier on Monday visited Rajghat, the memorial of Father of the Nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and paid tributes to him by laying a wreath at Rajghat. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Gujarat today, where he will inaugurate, dedicate and lay the foundation stone for multiple development projects worth over 5,400 crore rupees, spanning across sectors like urban development, energy, roads and railways. In the energy sector, projects worth over 1,000 crore rupees under Uttar Gujarat Vij Company Limited will be inaugurated. These aim to modernize Gujarat's power distribution network. He will also address a massive public gathering at Khodaldham ground. And during his two-day Gujarat visit, Prime Minister Modi will on Tuesday inaugurate two significant initiatives at Suzuki Motors Hansalpur plant. And let's take a look at our next report that gets you all the details about it. Take a look.
In a landmark moment, PM Modi will flag off the e-Vitara, Suzuki's first ever global battery electric vehicle manufactured in India. This is a significant breakthrough as these made in India BEVs will be exported to over 100 countries, including advanced markets like Europe and Japan. The company aims to cater both domestic and international markets from Gujarat. This significant milestone is the result of a seeding that took place in the year 2011 when Prime Minister Modi, as the Chief Minister of Gujarat, invited Suzuki, and Suzuki established a car plant here in Hansalpur.
This is the first global manufacturing for Suzuki for BEVs, and it will be shipped to about more than 100 countries of the world, including advanced countries like in Europe or Japan. The economic cooperation extends to far beyond just industrial infrastructure. It's also about social infrastructure. The state of Gujarat has a natural advantage for exports because of its proximity to the ports, and it has some of the high quality ports with this infrastructure helping us for exports to many countries of the world.
The partnership between Gujarat and Suzuki continues to be a story of progress and prosperity. The Hansalpur region has emerged as a major hub for automotive growth, fueling not just industry but also social development. PM Modi will also inaugurate next phase of India's battery ecosystem by the start of local production by hybrid battery electrodes at the TDS lithium-ion battery plant in Gujarat. The plant is a joint venture between Toshiba, Denso and Suzuki, marking another leap toward India's Atmanirbhar Bharat vision. From electric cars to advanced battery solutions, these two milestones symbolize India's growing leadership in sustainable mobility and clean energy innovation. Meghna Dev's report for DD India.
Well, after a historic mission to the International Space Station, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla reached his hometown in Lucknow on Monday. UP Deputy Chief Minister Brajesh Pathak welcomed Group Captain Shukla upon his arrival. A grand victory parade was held in his honour. Standing alongside Shukla was his family, who were given a grand welcome by hundreds who gathered on the streets. Students also lined up the streets waving the tricolour. Shubhanshu Shukla, along with his wife and son, met UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Earlier, he visited his alma mater, City Montessori School, and the school campus echoed with chants of pride and celebration. Shukla interacted with the students and shared his experiences of space. Well, India's GI tag products are making their mark globally, with Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority facilitating the first ever export of 3 metric tons of GI tagged Swadeshi Indi lime from Vijaypura, Karnataka to the UAE. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal hailed the development, saying this milestone unlocks fresh avenues for India's GI tagged agri products in global markets and will create greater opportunities for the farmers and exporters. Amid incessant rains and rising floodwaters in Kota and Bundi districts of Rajasthan, Sapta Shakti Command of Indian Army has launched massive flood relief operations with prompt response and unwavering commitment. Displaying operational readiness and humanitarian sensibilities, the relief teams immediately reached the affected areas and launched rescue, evacuation and relief operations. During a major operation in Kota district, the army successfully evacuated and rehabilitated more than 200 villagers, including women, children and elderly. The relief team also provided essential supplies including food, drinking water and medicines to the affected families to meet their basic needs. Well, India Day is being celebrated in South Africa annually and it honors India's independence for 16 years by India Club in South Africa. This year, there were over 40 performances showcasing the different cultures and costumes of the different states of India. A fun-filled family event under the South African sky, making it the largest India-South Africa carnival. Nasneen Ismail reports.
Salam, Namaste, Vanakkam, Sasrakal, Namaskar and welcome from the OTT India Day celebration here in Johannesburg, proudly brought to you by the Consulate General of India in Johannesburg and India Club. One platform under the beautiful South African sky in Johannesburg that celebrates Indian culture, food, song, dance, so much entertainment, arts, cultures and religion. Among guests of honor in attendance was Babaji Bhaisab Professor Mohinder Singh Ahluwalia.
I feel very happy. I feel privileged and honored to be on this soil because of Nelson Mandela, who was my hero. I have created a peace charter for forgiveness and reconciliation. I believe if we want to have peace, we have to reconcile. And for reconciling, we need to forgive. So I'm very happy. I've come to South Africa to sensitize people about the need for peace. Peace in our hearts, peace in our families, peace in the society.
India Day is celebrated annually in the month of August to honor the independence of India.
India Day is celebrated to celebrate the Independence Day of India, which is the 15th August. And we are using this opportunity of celebration to bring the South African Indian community and Indian community from India as a connect, as a bridge, so that, we can bring cultures, art, food, celebrations, religion, everything, multi-religion, all of them together at one platform, networking.
For DD India, South Africa, I'm Nazneen, celebrating all the cultures and states of India.
Well, the Sultanate of Oman has established an ambitious target to attract 1 million Indian tourists annually, building on the strong performance of 2024 when the country welcomed 7 lakh visitors from India. Now, this goal represents a significant expansion of Oman's tourism strategy as it seeks to capitalize on deep cultural and economic ties with India while diversifying its tourism offerings to establish itself as a global travel hub. Oman's Ministry of Heritage and Tourism is actively promoting the country's diverse landscapes, ranging from pristine coastlines to mountainous terrain, combined with its rich cultural heritage that resonates with the Indian travelers. Moving on, South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung and US President Donald Trump will meet at the White House on Monday for their first summit talks. Lee wrapped up his 2-day visit to Japan on Sunday with a meeting of the lawmakers from Japan-Korea Parliamentarians Union before departing for Washington, D.C. The Lee-Trump talks are expected to focus on follow-up details from last month's tariff deal, as well as sensitive issues including defense cooperation and the future posture of US troops stationed in Korea. The two leaders are also expected to hammer out details of the broad trade agreement that lowered the US reciprocal tariffs on Korean goods to 15% from 25% in return for Seoul's $350 billion investment pledges and other commitments. After the White House talks, Lee will attend a business roundtable with top corporate executives from both the countries and deliver a speech at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Israel's Prime Minister's office issued a statement acknowledging Lebanon's recent government decision to pursue the disarmament of Hezbollah by the end of 2025, describing it as a significant step towards Lebanese sovereignty. The statement comes in response to Lebanon's Council of Ministers approving objectives of a US plan to restrict weapons solely to the state forces, with Prime Minister Nawaf Salam announcing the army would develop implementation plans by year's end. A powerful typhoon is battering Vietnam's coastal areas with strong winds and heavy rain. According to Vietnamese authorities, more than 586,000 residents have been evacuated, while schools and public buildings have been converted into temporary shelters. Weathermen say although typhoon has decreased in intensity, but the wind speed remain high between 103 to 133 kilometers per hour. It added that rain will continue till Tuesday, and along with that, risks for flooding and flash flooding remain very high. Typhoon Kajiki is the 5th typhoon to hit Vietnam this year and 13th in the region. And now let's take a look at other news making headlines across the globe in brief. Australian toxic mushroom killer Erin Patterson will be sentenced on the 8th of September. She was found guilty last month of luring her husband's parents, aunt and uncle to lunch at her home and poisoning them with the individual portions of beef Wellington that contained toxic death cap mushrooms. Within days, the parents and aunt were dead. The court received a total of 28 victim impact statements, of which 7 were read publicly. Australia's 2025 World Solar Challenge entered its second day as 34 student teams raced solar-powered cars from Darwin to Adelaide. Mechanical issues forced some teams to withdraw, while others showcased innovative designs prioritizing speed, solar efficiency and aerodynamics. Over 1,600 participants tested their skills in goldfish catching at an annual contest in Japan's Nara Prefecture. Held since 1995 to promote the city's goldfish industry, the event challenges players to scoop fish with delicate paper nets in just 3 minutes. Spectators cheered standout moments, including a rare double catch. Thailand's city of Chiang Mai has deployed 10 geese to clean its historic moat in a 7-day eco-trial. Well, since arriving, the birds have become local celebrities, drawing crowds and sparking viral attention as they feed on aquatic weeds. The city will evaluate the success of the eco-friendly program after the trial concludes. And now in sports, updates from the first round of women's singles event at the ongoing US Open first. Defending champion Aryna Sabalenka began her campaign with a victory over Switzerland's Rebecca Mazurova. World number 1 Sabalenka is bidding to become the first woman to win back-to-back US Open titles since Serena Williams, who completed the hat-trick in 2014. Meanwhile, Emma Raducanu thrashed Japan's Ina Shibahara to advance to the second round of the event. Raducanu clinched her first US Open match victory since her memorable 2021 triumph. Raducanu had made history at Flushing Meadows in 2021 by becoming the first qualifier ever to win a Grand Slam title. Moving on to men's singles event, Russia's Daniil Medvedev suffered a first-round exit after losing to France's Benjamin Bonzi in a 5-set thriller. After losing the first 2 sets, Medvedev made a comeback in the third set, saving a match point and winning the third via a tiebreaker. Medvedev handed Bonzi a bagel in the 4th set but ended up losing the 5th. In another round 1 action, Novak Djokovic launched his quest for a record 25th Grand Slam singles title against Leonard Chien. The 38-year-old has not played since his defeat in the semi-finals at Wimbledon last month. Djokovic had revealed that he has cut back his schedule to focus on major events such as the Grand Slam. Last edition's finalist Taylor Fritz sailed through to the second round with an easy victory over Emilio Nava. On the other hand, Ben Shelton progressed with a similarly comfortable victory against Peruvian qualifier Ignacio Putze. Shelton and Fritz are spearheading America's hopes of a first Grand Slam men's singles victory since Sandy Roddick backed it in the year 2003. India's Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has invited nominations for National Youth Awards 2024. The award aims to motivate young persons to achieve excellence in the field of national development or social service and to give recognition to the outstanding work done by voluntary organizations. The award is given in 2 categories. The first one is the individual category, while the second is the organization category. Nominations must be submitted online by 30th of September only through the awards portal, which is awards.gov.in. And now to get you the latest update as we are receiving this news which is just coming in, India has shared a flood warning with neighbouring Pakistan. The warning was given purely on humanitarian grounds and not under the Indus Waters Treaty, which remains in abeyance. The information was conveyed to Pakistan on Sunday through the Indian High Commission in Islamabad. India kept the 6-decade-old Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance after Pakistan-backed terrorists carried out an attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, leaving 26 people dead. India has said that the agreement will remain in abeyance until Pakistan takes credible and irreversible steps to stop supporting terrorism. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.